Okay. Let's start with today's agenda. Our agenda today. We start with an icebreaker. This is a quiz. Today we are going to talk about quiz. Discuss the amazing videos, micro teaching, and the last one is an action plan. Let's start with the first one. An icebreaker. Please mute yourself. This is a quiz. Look, listen to the tip script and try to think. Answer this question. What is the aim of this quiz? Do you think we need to use this activity and why? Listen to it carefully and try to think. What is the aim of this quiz?
Listen to me pronouncing these words. Which word is not pronounced correctly? 1. 4. 2. Flower. 3. Left. 4. Knife.
Okay. What is the aim of this video? What is the aim of this quiz? Who can answer? Who can give me answer? Who can answer? Who can? Miss Wala Abdulrahman, can you answer? Miss Wala.
مجاوبة أنا لسه كاتبة اسمي في البيت. مس ولاء مات.
Okay. Miss Wala Saeed, can you give me answer?
راح لواحدة ثانية وقال ولا عبد الرحمن الأخ.
Miss Wala Saeed.
Listening is essential, especially to authentic language sources to get correct pronunciation.
Do you know what is the aim of this quiz?
It makes the pupils concentrate.
I do it again. Please listen to it carefully.
Listen to me pronouncing these words. Which word is not pronounced correctly? 1. 4. 2. Flower. 3. Left. 4. Knife.
Are you ready, Miss Wala? What is the aim of this quiz?
I said to you, it makes pupils concentrate on the listening to find the incorrect pronunciation.
What is the incorrect word does he say? Do you know what is the word?
Left.
The word left is mispronouncing. Is there an idea? Who can give me another answer? Do you think the word left is the correct answer?
I think it's the word flower.
You think it's a flower?
Yes.
I don't agree with you. The last word, knife, he pronounced it knife.
We didn't listen
What?
it well.
It what?
Knife.
Knife. Yes.
Knife.
Yes.
Knife.
Remember the international phonetic alphabet. This is very, very, very important for all of us. Please watch the video clearly and answer this question. What is the aim of this activity? And the other one, is it useful for all of us? Listen to it carefully, please.
Always be pronounced the same way. Take the letter C, for example.
Is the voice clear?
In the word cup, it's pronounced
The voice is clear?
but that's different.
Yes, it's clear. Yeah.
Place.
Okay.
I can't hear it.
And when a C is next to a
Is
H,
it clear
it's
now?
often ch, like in chocolate.
Okay, thank you.
But in the word ache, it's pronounced like a k again. This is why the International Phonetic Alphabet is such a great tool for English students to practice their pronunciation with, and I use it all the time when I'm teaching pronunciation lessons. In the IPA, every sound has a unique symbol, so when you read it, you know exactly how to pronounce the English word. For example, the words though, thought, and cough all have the same O-U-G-H spelling, but actually they're pronounced very differently. Though, thought, and cough. Now these symbols might seem a little scary to you, especially if you haven't seen the IPA before. But actually, they're so helpful for you when you're learning English pronunciation because it tells you exactly how to say the word. K, o, f, cough. So even if you've never heard of these symbols before, don't freak out. In today's lesson, we're going to go through the International Phonetic Alphabet together. Now, there's 26 letters in the English alphabet, right? But there are 44 different sounds, way more than there are letters. That's why I use the IPA to help my students when they're studying English pronunciation. Let's look at vowels first. There are 5 English vowels, aren't there? A, E, I, O, and U. But there are way more English vowel sounds. Some of them are long, some of them are short, and some of them are just lazy. Let's go through them. I, E, U, U, E, O, A, R, O. There's another group of vowel sounds called diphthongs. Now, don't worry about remembering that crazy name. All you need to do is remember the sounds. Diphthongs are sounds that change from one vowel sound to another, but in the same syllable. So watch my mouth position change as I make each of these sounds. Ear, air, oor, ow, o, a, I, oi. So we've been through vowels and diphthongs. Now we'll move on to consonants. The top row are unvoiced consonant sounds, which means that the sound is made by air moving from the back of your mouth through and out your lips. There is one extra letter that is unvoiced down the bottom. Then all the rest of the consonant sounds are voiced, which means that the sound is made here with your vocal cords. You can feel it here. And unvoiced sounds use just air. You can't feel anything here. P, t, ch, s, sh, k, h, b, d, j, j, g, n, l, w, y. Well, that's it for this lesson. Make sure you go to my website and
Okay. What is the aim of this activity? What do you think? What is the aim of this activity? Who is speaking? Who's speaking? Who's speaking? What is the aim of this activity? Is it useful for you and why? Who can answer? What is the aim of this activity? Miss Nihad, can you give us your answer? Miss Nihad, do you hear us? Miss Nihad, is there an answer? Mr. Saeed.
Yes, Mr. AbdulWahab.
Okay, Mr. Saeed.
I think the aim is to enhance the pupils' listening skill.
Okay, is it useful for you as a teacher?
Yes, I think it's very useful.
Why? Why do you think it's very useful for you? Mr. Saeed, where are you? You are busy? Who can give answer? Mr. Iman Badr, can you share us your idea?
Yes.
Okay, Miss, who's speaking?
Samah.
Go on, Miss Samah.
How to transcription the word?
Okay, is it useful for you and how?
Yes. Yeah. It show me how to transcription the word.
How to pronounce. This is a transcription of the word. How to
Pronounce and
pronounce
transcription the word.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to the second.
There are some difficult in the pronunciation of some words. In these words, the vowels are very difficult to pronunciation.
Okay.
And the difference between voiced and unvoiced and voiceless sound.
Okay, Mr. Said. Let's check yourselves. Some words we mispronounce them. I think so. In my opinion, I collect these words and I ask some participants, some friends to give me other opinions. Mr. Ahmed Sami helped me. Ms. Rahab helped me to collect, and Ms. Sahar give me a word I don't know it before. So listen, watch these words and try to think the pronunciation of these words. The first group, I collected about 30 words. About 30 words. We have in each group about 10 words. Who can read the first one? I made it with its transcription to help.
Conversation.
Okay. Two. The first group is March. Huh?
March.
Okay. Huh?
Pizza.
Huh? Okay.
Thursday. Increase. Yes.
Okay.
Chocolate.
Hurt.
Please, Mr. Ahmed, stop talking.
Chocolate.
Please, Mr. Ahmed. Please, Mr. Ahmed.
Yes,
I ask you to say the second group. Please, Mr. Ahmed.
Hurt. Then chocolate.
Okay.
Lashes.
Okay.
Cubs and cups.
Okay.
Cubs and cups.
Cubs and cups. Okay.
Yeah. Possessive.
Possessive.
Yes.
Not bo. Possessive.
Yes.
The second group, Mr. Ahmed Mahdi, can
lemonade. Yes.
Again.
Lemonade.
Lemon. Lemonade, Mr. Ahmed.
Lemonade.
Okay.
Soup.
Soap. Lion. Huh? Okay. Huh? Iron.
I think iron.
Listen to it, Mr. Said. This is
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
okay. Huh?
Yes.
Garage,
Yes, I told.
garage,
Garage.
Close.
close,
Of
and close. Close as a
Close.
verb, but close as an adjective.
Adjective, yes.
Okay. Huh?
Bass.
Bass and bass. Bass
Yes.
as a musical instrument, but bass is a kind of fish.
Yes.
Bass is a kind of fish. What else?
Archive.
Archive. This is a new word for
Archive.
me. Archive.
Archive.
Archive. Again. And the other words have
Bear.
pair, bear, huh?
Bear.
Bl
Plow.
blow, look.
Look.
Look. The third
Yes.
group. Who can say them? Thank you, Mr.
Yes,
Ahmed.
Mr. AbdulWahab.
Okay,
Thank
who's
you.
speaking? Mr. Sahar. Miss Sahar, go on, Miss
Yes.
Sahar.
Okay. Question.
Question.
Orange.
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 Usual.
I think. I think usually or usual.
Usual.
I think there is
Usual.
no word usually. Okay.
Usual.
The other
Xylophone.
xylophone.
Xylophone. Of and off.
Of and off. Okay.
Stomach.
Stomach.
Statue.
Statue.
Karate.
Karate. I think it's karate, Miss Sahar.
Karate.
What else?
Okay. Couch.
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 And coach.
Coach. Okay.
Coach.
Basic.
Basic. Thank you, Miss Sahar. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Ahmed. Thank you, Mr. Saeed. Thank you, Miss Sahar. Let's think of this transcription. What does it mean? I give you the sentence. I ask you to say, what does it mean from this transcription? What do you think? You have 1 minute only. Think of these words. What does it mean, this word? Please do it quickly. Huh? Who has an idea? Please, Mr. Ahmed, mute yourself.
Never stop learning. Basic life never stop.
Because life never stop teaching.
Okay, thank you. Never stop learning because life never stops teaching. This is a sentence. Now, let's go to another task. Match the word below to the correct order. I do rising, flat, second stress, contractions, weak syllables, main stress, falling, and these are the topics: intonation, word stress, and the other word is connected speech. What do you think? What is the words matched to the intonation of these words? We have 7 words. Which one is related to intonation?
Rising.
Rising. What else? Okay, what else? What else?
Weak syllables.
Weak syllables related to intonation? I think so. I didn't think so. What else?
Related to connected speech.
Connected speech. Okay. Mr. Ashraf Al-Iman. Go on, Mr. Ashraf Al-Iman. Falling is intonation. Okay. We have rising and falling, and there is another word is flat. These are the 3 words related to or matches to intonation. But what other related to word stress? Word stress.
Weak syllables. Weak syllables.
Weak syllables. Weak syllables related to connected speech.
Yes.
Second stress, main stress.
Second stress and main stress. Main stress. Contractions and weak syllables related to connected speech.
Connected speech.
Okay. Decide if these sentences are true or false. Please read these sentences quickly and decide which one is true and which one is false. The first one, in connected speech, stress is usually placed on words such as in, on, or at. This is true or false?
False.
This is false. Okay. Intonation is all about the volume of your voice. True or false?
False.
False. This is false. Intonation can rise and fall in the same sentence. True or false?
Yes,
Yes,
true,
false.
true,
This is
Beginning
true.
and
This
true,
is true.
True.
When you speak English, your voice rises and falls to express a variety of emotions. True or false?
true,
Yes.
true.
It's true. The first two is false, the second is true. Let's go to another game. Games to practice pronunciation. Before we start the game, we ask the question, what is this game called? What is the aim of this activity? And the last one, how can we use it in the class? Please listen to this
English
game
language
quickly.
coach. Learning and understanding English pronunciation is essential for English students. But pronunciation exercises in books can get really boring, can't they? Would you like some new ideas on how to present pronunciation in the classroom in a fun way? If so, this video will be perfect for you. I'm going to share with you pronunciation games that you can do in class if you're an English teacher, or play at home if you have some friends coming round to see you. Now, pronunciation has traditionally not been taught as much in class as vocabulary, so these games will integrate pronunciation into your lessons in a fun way, as well as being effective. Now, these games will help you and your students to be able to hear the difference between the correct sound and the incorrect sound. Also to make the correct sound, and to help to recognise how to make the correct sound. So, without further ado, let's get started with my very first pronunciation game. Number 1, rhyming pair game. Now, this game is a pronunciation and a memory game, which works best if you divide your class into small groups, or as a learner, do it with a couple of friends at home. So you'll need to produce a set of cards for each group with one word on each card. The sets of cards should be made up of rhyming pairs of words. For example, you could have a card saying mouse, a card saying house, or die, cry, cook, book, wheat, sheet. Players place all the cards down, face down on the table. Then the first player turns over 2 cards. They say the words on the cards out loud to perfect their pronunciation, and then they say if they rhyme. Now, if they do, and they say the words correctly, they get to keep the cards. If the words don't rhyme, they put the cards back down on the table face down. And then the next player does the same. Now, the winner is the one with the most cards at the end of the game. Now, this may need some monitoring from you as the teacher, of course, and if you have a really large class, get a small group to the front to demonstrate in front of the others. Of course, if you're doing this with a group of friends at home, you need to nominate one person to be judge to see if the pronunciation is right, but try not to argue too much. Now,
Okay, what is this game called? Who can? Miss Amira Fatli, can you speak? Okay, Miss Amira, what is the game called? Who can speaking? Mr. Ashraf Al-Imam, go on, Mr. Ashraf. Raise your hand.
rhyming game.
Rhyming bear game. Rhyming bear game. Right. What is the aim of this activity?
It helps us to make a family of sounds.
Okay, it helps us to do the variety of the sounds and to know the difference between each sounds. This is a memory and pronunciations game. That how can we use it in the class? Do you have how can we use it in the class?
We can divide the board into 2 or 3 columns and get pupils to give us more words have the same sound.
Okay, it can divide the class into groups and produce cards by each group. These cards are rhyming. These are cards and ask the pupils to match them together. Listen again, look at the second one. We don't have much time, sorry. Games to practice pronunciation, another game. What is this game called? And what is the aim of this activity? And this is another game. Please watch it clearly.
Start by writing the following things on the board. Write your first name. What did he or she do? Where? When? And why? Because. Now you get your students into teams and hand out a sheet of paper to each team. The first student writes down point 1. What is his or her name? Then he hands the sheet of paper to the second student, who answers point 2. And then they hand it to the third student for point 3, and so on. So when 5 people have written on the paper, one reads it out, and it could read something like this. Pablo put a picture in his pocket in Paris on a perfect day because it was pretty. Oh dear, that didn't seem to go down very well with that child, did it?
Okay, what is the game called? What is the game called? It means the game called what?
Creating a tongue twister.
Okay, Miss, creating tongue twister. What is the aim of this activity? What is the aim of this activity? The aim of this activity.
It's a great call for learners to use or to practice their English pronunciation
Okay,
in fun,
it helps them
in a funny way.
In a funny way. Good. But how can we use it in? Can you use it in the class? How can we use it in the class? How can we use it in the class? If you know, she divided the class into groups and gives them the questions. If they answer the questions, they can answer this question and make it add a sentence like the word, like the sentence she did. There are some tongue twisters. I ask one of you. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I want 6 persons to write them. The first one, who can say it? Mr. Ahmed Bintari. Can you share us? Please, Mr. Ahmed. Can we hear your voice today? Mr. Ahmed Bintari. Mr. Ahmed. You aren't ready. Who can? Please.
Yes, Mr.
Okay, Mr. Who is speaking? Mr.
Yes, Mr. Abdulwahab.
Go on, Mr. Said.
She sells seashells by the seashore.
She sells seashells.
She sells seashells by the seashore.
If you remember from the last session, we talk about she sells seashells by the seashore. The second
Yes.
word, second letter, she answered. She pronounced it as se. She sells seashells. The second number two. Who is speaking? Miss Nihad. Can you go on, Miss Nihad? Miss Nihad. Oh, Miss Nihad. Miss Nahla. Miss Amira. Who is speaking? Who can speak? Go on, Miss Saha.
Find fresh.
Find fresh for you.
Okay, number three. Only one, please. Number 3.
Good blood, bad blood.
Number 4.
Which is which?
Which is which? Number 5. Number 5. I feel I need a deep sleep. Number 6.
Brew one a prize
for pretty brown.
Brew one a prize for a pretty brown. Another task. Activities to practice individual sounds. Please, what is the aim of this activity? Please listen to this activity quickly and try think. What is the aim of video?
So how did it go? Did you pass?
No, I failed. Again.
I don't believe it. How did you fail again? What happened this time?
You won't believe it.
No. No way, Alfie. Not the same as last time.
Yep.
No way! Not another cat?
I know. I'm in shock. I love cats.
So what happened?
Well, I stopped at a zebra crossing to let an old man cross the road. No problem there. He walked across the road, so I started to drive. Just then a cat appeared from nowhere.
Did you hit it?
I did. It was impossible to stop.
I don't believe you, Alfie. You're joking, aren't you? You didn't fail, did you? Nobody can kill 2 cats on 2 driving tests.
What can I say? I know. Totally crazy. The owner of the cat arrived.
Oh no. And
Well, he said it wasn't my fault. The cat escaped from the garden. The driving instructor agreed too, so we carried on with the test. But I was too nervous and I crossed a red traffic light.
poor you, mate. Do you want to come over?
Yeah. Okay. See you in 5 minutes.
Okay, what is the aim of this video? Do you think? What is the aim of this video? What is the aim of this video? Who can give me answer? Miss Nala?
Yes, Mr.
Go on, Miss Sahar. Who is the aim of this video?
I think they are practicing the simple past tense.
Okay, he is practice the past simple tense from some regular verbs.
Yes.
From some regular verbs. Do you collect any of these words?
What? Sorry?
Do you write any word?
Past, help.
There is something. Okay, go on, Mr. Sahar. We hear you.
I remember some of the verbs like past, help, talk, practice.
Okay, is there an idea who can share us? Mr. Ahmed Sami, we don't hear your voice today. Can you share us? Okay, we are going to talk about the ed sound, regular verbs in the past. We say that there are some sound, we pronounce it as that, and the other as it, and the other as that. Like the word stopped, but started,
wanted,
and the other failed, happened, heard, carried, agreed, and arrived. How can we use it in the classroom? How can we use it in the classroom? In my last year, I do this activity in my class. I draw the board and I stick some cards in the board. I ask pupils to collect the words with the sound t or ed or d and stick it in the suitable box. I do it last year. I think it's very fun. If you try to do it. The other question, we have a lesson plan. This lesson plan, do you think an Arab learners find any difficult to pronounce these words? What strategies would you use while teaching these sounds? These sounds are in, I think, in primary one. In primary one, in the second term, I think. This is the 2 sounds. How can we? What strategies? Are they different for us as an Arab? Miss Wala, can you speak? Miss Wala Said.
Yes, Mr.
Oh, go in, Miss Wala.
What again? The question? What's the question? You are asking about the strategy?
Okay. What strategies do you use while you are teaching these sounds?
Listen and repeat.
listen and repeat.
Listen and repeat.
Look and say.
يعني ممكن minimal bears.
Use minimal bears. What strategies do you use? You can use minimal bears. You can. How can you present this lesson? How can you present this lesson? How can you deal with this lesson?
What's the meaning of the...
Go on, Mr. Said.
Yes, Mr. Abdulwahab.
Go on.
I
We don't
show
have
you
much
how
time.
to write these letters on the board and in the air and ask people to imitate the letters and associate them with the sound of the letter. Then I use picture cards to show them these words.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Said. We don't have only 1 minute. Let's go to the last one, an action plan. Say 3 interesting points you learned in this workshop. How can you help the learners with the difficult sounds? Point to improve. This is for me. The first question, we have only 1 minute. Please, who can answer? Say 3 interesting points you learned. You learned in this workshop. Who can answer? Who can answer? Only 1 minute, please.
How to pronounce
Go on, Miss
English
Ola.
in
How to
different
pronounce?
places.
Okay. What else?
What are the pronunciation strategies?
Okay. What else? Okay. Okay. Who is speaking? Mr. Amal Abdulrahman. I'm happy.
Yes,
I'm very happy to hear your voice today, Miss Amal. Thank you for sharing us.
Yes,
Go on,
yes, thank you, Mr. I'm here. Thank you. I think it's a very good session, and I learn more about pronunciation and sound of the word.
Thank you so much.